You know what finally made me realize my house wasn't the problem? I kept trying to organize the systems that were supposedly life changing. And somehow my home kept getting harder to maintain. The bins looked pretty for about 2 days. Then everything turned into piles again. And for years, I thought I was lazy, I thought I was inconsistent, or just really bad at organizing. But eventually, I realized something really important. A lot of organizing advice is designed for people whose brains work differently than mine. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about ADHD organizing advice that made my house worse and what finally worked. The first bad ADHD organizing advice I got was hide everything. One of the worst pieces of organizing advice from my ADHD brain was put everything away out of sight. But here's the thing, out of sight means out of existence for me. The second something goes into an opaque container, opaque bin, put it inside of a drawer, I forgot that I owned it. And then I buy duplicates and lose important things I really need to have, or create random clutter piles because I need something visual to be able to function. So instead of trying to make my house look visually minimal, I started organizing for visibility. I started using things like clear bins, open shelving, visible labels, shallow baskets, and I would leave everyday items intentionally visible. My home became easier to maintain the second I stopped fighting how my brain remembers things. And you can see I have an opaque container. I cannot see inside it. The only way to figure out if the thing I want is inside it is to go over, unlatch it, lift the lid, look inside, and then I might discover that thing is not even in there. As opposed to you have clear bins, clear containers, you can see exactly what is inside. Makes it really easy to find the thing that you're looking for, or even see that thing is not in any of these containers and know that you actually have to go and find it in another container somewhere. And the second piece of bad ADHD organization advice is use these complicated systems. And this is what completely failed me. All these multi-step organizing systems that I should be using because they do get this awesome result. You know the ones, stackable containers, lids inside of lids, perfect folding systems, 10-step reset routines. These systems look amazing on Pinterest, but ADHD brains struggle with friction. Every extra step lowers the chance that something is actually going to be put away. And if I had to open a cabinet, pull out a bin, remove a lid, then put the lid back on and restack something, and then I'm supposed to actually make sure I really carefully put something back in its place, my brain just immediately says, absolutely not. And so what I did instead is one-step storage. If I can put something away within 2 seconds or less, then that's something I'll actually maintain. And this is an example. On this container, I have latches on the side to actually remove the lid. I have to look and find the latches first, and I have to unlatch them. And then I get to take the top off, and then I'm able to put whatever I want to inside this container. That is a lot of steps. Instead of doing all that, all I need is one basket, and I can throw stuff into the basket. Don't have to worry about any lids or unlatching anything. That is way easier, and that's something I'll actually do. If you're enjoying the video and getting value out of the video, then subscribe to the channel and like the video. And bad ADHD organization advice number 3 is everything needs a perfect place in your home. Traditional organizing advice says everything needs one designated place. And that sounds great, except ADHD brains don't always use items in just one location. And so I kept ending up with wandering objects, scissors, chargers, lip balm, laundry baskets, cleaning wipes, and I'd waste so much energy trying to make sure I return things back to where they belong. Eventually, I realized the problem was not me. The problem was actually forcing one object to serve multiple rooms. What worked instead is to actually have duplicates. I stopped trying to optimize for minimalism. I started optimizing for functionality. And now I keep commonly used items where I need them. And here's a weird thing. That actually reduced clutter more. And you can see right here, I'm searching for a pair of scissors. I look in a few different drawers, cannot find them. And that means I can't use them for whatever I'm trying to use them for. And then you see right here, I have 2 pairs of scissors in one drawer duplicated. That way, if even one pair of scissors goes missing somewhere in my home, I still have one right here that I can still use. And bad ADHD organization advice number 4 is clear counters completely. Perfectly empty spaces last about 6 hours. And that's because when something doesn't have an obvious landing spot, the counter becomes that landing spot. And then I'd feel guilty every time clutter reappeared. What finally worked is not demanding perfection, it was designing intentional drop zones. And what worked best was things like trays, bowls, baskets, and that's because controlled clutter is still organization. And that mindset changed everything for me. And you can see right here, I just keep putting stuff on this counter, and that pile just keeps growing and growing until there's just no more room for me to put stuff on that counter anymore. And then you can see that once I have something there, I can put stuff in, then I actually do put those things into that container instead of leaving them on the counter. And bad ADHD organization advice number 5 is you just need more discipline. This one honestly did the most damage because I spent years believing if I just tried harder, if I just stayed more motivated, if I just became more disciplined, then I'd finally be able to maintain my home consistently. But ADHD organization usually isn't a discipline problem, it's a systems problem. My home actually got easier to maintain when I stopped expecting myself to function like someone without ADHD and started reducing friction, decision fatigue, hidden storage, and unrealistic expectations. And that's when systems finally started sticking. Not because I became more disciplined, but because the systems match my brain. And here's my cluttered counter. All this stuff on there, way too much to put away, overwhelmed even thinking about putting it away. And here's the thing, I have no idea how many items are on the screen right now. Go ahead, take a guess for me and put it into the comments. So instead of letting my counters get like this, I do quick little resets so none of my counters get like this ever. Bad ADHD organization advice number 6 is do a full reset every night. And this is one of the most unrealistic pieces of advice I kept hearing. Just reset your entire house before bed. And every time I tried this, I'd either avoid starting because it's overwhelming, hyper focus on one tiny area for 45 minutes, or get exhausted halfway through and just quit. The problem was the routine expected the exact same amount of energy each and every night. And this is important. ADHD brains don't work like that. Some days I have energy, some days I feel like brushing my teeth and just washing up a little bit is enough. So when my entire system relied on motivation and consistency, it collapsed. What worked instead is tiny minimum reset systems. Instead of trying to create all of my home, I created a 5-minute reset, a 3 things only rule, tiny high impact tasks, things like dishes in the sink, trash thrown away, clearing one's visible surface, because maintaining momentum is more important than perfection. And here's some things that I do: putting some pans away, cleaning the stove up a little bit, and also taking dishes and putting them back into the cabinet. All of these are things that you can do really quickly. And you may not know what the 3 things only rule is. The 3 things only rule of organizing focuses on organizing by limiting items to 3 sets, 3 categories, or 3 actions. Bad ADHD organization advice number 7 is use tiny aesthetic containers for everything. These look amazing online. Tiny matching jars, little containers, perfect little categories. But in real life, those systems created a lot of maintenance work. I had containers that were too small, annoying to refill. They would overflow real easily, and they were visually stressful once they were messy. And ADHD clutter gets worse when storage reaches maximum capacity too quickly. Because once that space is full, your brain just stops using that space altogether. So instead of helping me actually stay organized, these systems constantly created micro failures. And what worked instead is almost empty storage. Now, what I do is I actually intentionally leave extra space in drawers, baskets, bins, more space on open shelves, because ADHD organization works better when systems are flexible instead of optimized to perfection. And you see right here, this container is full, it's just overflowing. It has no more room for anything in that container. That means I'm probably going to stop using that container. So instead, what you do is you take this stuff and put into a larger container so it actually keeps some room inside the container, and then you will continue to use it. And this helped me a lot. And bad ADHD organization advice number 8 is put things away later. This advice destroyed my house more than I realized because later does not exist for my ADHD brain the way I think it does. I used to tell myself, I'll deal with this tonight, I'll put that away later. I will actually remember to do that. And then random objects just became decor. And not because I was lazy, but because unfinished tasks become invisible incredibly fast with ADHD. And so that meant clutter accumulated silently. So here's what worked. The touch it once rule means if I touch something once, I take it to the place it actually belongs. If something takes under 1 minute, I finish it immediately. But here's the thing, not perfectly, just completely. Because future me is not magically just more organized than current me right now. And here's what happens, I have stuff I put down on the counter because that's my later pile. I'm going to come back and organize it later. And then I add stuff to my later pile later when I have more stuff to put down on the counter. And that keeps accumulating and accumulating. And soon my counter is just covered in stuff that all is designated for my later pile. And so instead of doing that, I use the one touch rule to prevent myself from laying stuff on the counter when I'm actually going to take it to the place where it actually goes. In bad ADHD organization, advice number 9 is motivation will keep you organized. This was probably the biggest trap. Most organization advice assumes if you feel motivated, you will actually maintain the system. But here's the thing, ADHD motivation is wildly inconsistent. So I used to build systems around my best brain days. And this meant I create routines requiring tons of energy, sustained focus, high motivation, and perfect consistency. And then I would inevitably crash. What finally changed things is building systems for my low energy days, because those are the days that actually determines if a system is going to actually survive. You want to have a system that still works even though you don't have any motivation and don't have a lot of energy. So here's what worked, making systems easier, faster, uglier, harder to fail, and definitely more obvious. And that's why open baskets work better for me than having everything folded into a drawer. Using hooks instead of actually using hangers to hang stuff up is just much easier for me. Invisible reminders work better than hidden storage because the easier something is to maintain when I'm exhausted, the more likely it actually sticks around long term. So, if organizing advice made you feel like you're failing, there's a good chance that advice just wasn't designed for how your brain works. Because honestly, the biggest change for me wasn't becoming more organized, it was making my home easier to function in. And once I started doing that, maintaining my home stopped feeling impossible. And here's a way that you can learn more about ADHD organization. I have a playlist. I'm going to put that playlist up. Just click that playlist, and there's going to be videos in there that will help you learn more about ADHD organization.